Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday. I like to call Thursday Friday Eve because Friday's a fun day. So let's start our day like we always do with a prayer to God. Reach up, grab that prayer down from heaven and say, in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Give us, Father, every day work to do and time to play. Help us to be kind and good and act like your children should. Amen. Let's do our flag. Ready? Put your hand on your heart and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, let's sing God Bless America. Try to remember all the hand motions. Ready? 1, 2, 3. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Very nice. And if you have a calendar at home, do that calendar. Find out what day it is, what day of the week it is. You remember how we used to do that. And look at the weather. Tell your family what the weather is. If you have your weather wheel that we made in class such a long time ago, then move the arrow to what the weather is. Otherwise, just look outside and say, you know what, family, today it's sunny or today it's rainy. Maybe you can help them pick out what to wear. So we are on the very last letter of the alphabet. What letter is it? What letter? That's right, Z. Who remembers what Z says? Let me hear you. Let's say it all together because it sounds like a B. Ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Zzz. We sound like busy bees. Zzz. Very good. The Z says Z. The Z says Z. Every letter has a sound. The Z says Z. Very good. So today we're going to brainstorm for Z words in our book today. The last, I can't believe we're at the end of the alphabet. The last letter is Zach the Lazy Zebra. So let's just look at the cover of this book for a while. I was FaceTiming with Joey, and he was finding letters all over the letter Z, even if it wasn't in the beginning. So, you know, we always start with just learning the letter at the beginning of the sound, like zigzag and zero and zebra. But if you can do a challenge activity and go through a book and find all the letter Z's, because here's Zach, that's at the beginning, and zebra, Z is at the beginning, but look at here. The Z is in the middle of the word. It's lazy. So it doesn't have to just be at the beginning. So that can be a challenge activity for you to go through a book or think of words that have the Z sound in it, like buzz is another word that has the Z sound in the middle of the word. But for brainstorming, let's just find the ones at the beginning. Zach the zebra lives at the zoo. All day long, what does Zach do? Zzz. That's the sound of sleeping. Zzz. The zookeepers bring a zebra snack, but it doesn't wake up Zach. Zach has no zest. He just wants to rest. Zzz. That's his snoring sound. They zap Zach with a garden hose. They bang a drum and tickle his nose. Zach's eyes stay closed. Zach wants to doze. Those Z's, they still sleeping. They try a zillion zany tricks. They hop around on pogo sticks. Look, he's still sleeping. Zach thinks their tricks are boring. He goes right on snoring. Zzz. Look, here comes Zed, a zebra with zing. Oh, look at him. His eyes are like bugging out. He zooms and zigzags around everything. Will Zed make Zach wake up and leap? What do you think? You think Zed is going to wake Zach up and make him zippy? No. Now 2 zebras want to sleep. Zzz, zzz. At last, the zookeepers give up their schemes. They wish Zach and Zed sweet zebra dreams. Look, they're tucking them in. So here is a picture. Let's see if we can find some Z words in this picture. So let's see. Miss Brooke, can you find any? Do you see one that's jumping right out at you in the middle?
Zucchini.
Where do you see the zucchini? There it is. Zucchini. And I see the word zoo. And this is a macaroni, a kind of a short, fat macaroni called ziti. That's what that is. And what are these? Miss Brooke?
Zebras.
Thank you, Miss Brooke. And let's see what else we can find. This is hard. Well, what do these people do? What is their job? They are
zookeepers.
Zookeepers. Very good. So let's try to think of some Z words. So I'm going to write the letter Z again. And let's think of some Z words. Miss Brooke, where do all the animals live?
The zoo.
The zoo. Z-O-O. And do you remember one of the zebras' names?
Zed.
Zed. Z-E-D. And I remember the other zebra's name. His name was Zach. Z-A-C-K. And how about when we count, we start with that one number that is smaller than 1. It means nothing at all. What word is that?
0.
0. Z-E-R-O. Very good. I bet you guys can come up with a lot more at home. So think of them, write them down, and you can have mom or dad send a picture to me. I'd love to see your Z words. Very good. The very last letter of the alphabet. So let me look at our lesson plans and see what we're doing next. Oh, the next thing we're doing is we're moving on to the number 14. Have you noticed that all of our numbers that we're doing now start with the first digit of 1, and then we put another number behind it. First there was 10, and then there was 11, then there was 12, then there was 13. So they all had a 1 and a 0, a 1 and a 1, a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 3. Do you see the pattern? So if we look at this second digit, the first one's always 1. So if we look at the second digit, let's see if we can figure out what I'm going to put next to the 1 here. We have 0, 1, 2, 3. What do you think I'm going to put next? Very good. 4. So a 1 and a 4 mean 14. Very good. Those numbers are getting bigger. Now your assignment for today was to find and count 14 doorknobs in your house. And remember, doorknobs are on both sides of the door. So if you open your bedroom door or a bathroom door, there's one on the front and one on the back. So for every door, you have 2 doorknobs. So I'm just going to draw 14 doorknobs right now, so you can see how many 14 is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is a pretty big number. We're getting up into those big numbers that the big kids count. So practice your number 14, your rainbow number 14. I'll go over it again with you, top to bottom. And then it's almost like the letter L with a line, top to bottom, and then top down, across, and a little line, like the number, like an L with a little line on it. And we've already practiced the number 4. So this shouldn't be too hard for you. And then see if you can find those 14 doorknobs in your house. And let's see what's next for us to do. Oh, I want to read you a nice story about a pond. Did you watch the videos yesterday about the pond? Good. There's going to be more of them today. Watch those videos. And, I might just take a walk in the woods because there's really nice woods there. And I think it's sort of a fun little field trip that we can go on together. We can watch it together. So I'm going to put more pond videos up. And there's all woods around there. So maybe I'll walk around and videotape some of the woods. And, oh, you know what I should show you? There's a little brook that I like to sit by, put my chair by. And maybe I'll go down there and show you where I like to sit when I just want some quiet time. And I climb down and I sit by the rocks by the brook. There's 2 spots. Yeah, I'll do that too. If I don't put that video up this week, I'll put it up next week. And so we can take like a little field trip together, a little walking field trip. So I'm going to read you this fun book called Jump, Frog, Jump. And it has not just a frog in it, but it has other pond creatures in it. So let's see what kind of pond creatures might be in this pond. And if you would like, I would love if you would draw me a pond and draw some of the things that you saw in the video and that you see here, and maybe just at least one pond creature. So if you watched the video, there was reeds, and here's some other tall grass that grows by the pond. So think about all the things that are around a pond. In the video, there was a goose and goslings, and there was reeds and some plants that grew in the water. So let's read this book, and maybe it'll give you some ideas how to draw a really pretty pond picture. So let's read Jump, Frog, Jump. This is the fly that climbed out of the water. Jump, frog, jump. What's this? Here's a big fish. What animal is coming down? I'm not telling. You have to wait and see. This is the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that climbed out of the water. So it's a fish and a frog. How did the frog get away? How does frog get away? Jump, frog, jump. He got away from the fish. Who's coming? And who's coming next? Who's watching? Let's see. This is the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that climbed out of the water. How did the frog get away? How do you think? Say it with me. Ready? Jump, frog, jump. He got away from the snake. Who's coming next? Someone else wants that frog. This is the turtle that slid into the pond and ate the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that climbed out of the water. How did the frog get away from the turtle? What do you think he did? Did he fly? Did he crawl? No! Jump, frog, jump! And there's that turtle. I want you to pay special attention to the turtle because that's what you're going to be making with Mrs. Rigo today when you watch her video. And I have a special turtle snack you can make in the email I sent to your parents. This is the net that wrapped around the turtle that slid into the pond and ate the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that climbed out of the water. How did the frog get away? What do you think he did? Jump, frog, jump. Who's coming next? Some kids, huh? These are the kids who picked up the net that wrapped around the turtle that slid into the pond and ate the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that came out of the water. How did the frog get away? Jump, frog, jump. Look, they tried to catch him. He jumped right away. I like the pictures in this book. They're nice and bright. Uh-oh. This is the basket put over the frog by the kids who picked up the net that wrapped around the turtle that slid into the pond and ate the snake that dropped from a branch and swallowed the fish that swam after the frog that was under the fly that climbed out of the water. How's the frog going to get away this time? He's under a basket. Uh-oh. Oh, no. What do you think he's going to do? The little boy's telling us, shh. He's looking right at us, telling us, shh. What's he going to do? What do you think he's going to do? What would you do? Oh, look, he lifted up the basket and he said, jump, frog, jump. He let him go. That's so nice. So let's just quickly look at some of the animals that we saw. We saw a turtle. Now, turtles, they carry their houses on their back, right? They have a hard shell in their back, and they pull their bodies inside to protect them from animals. And when they want to go to sleep, everything goes inside of that shell. So cool. You know, I always tell you how God takes care of all the animals, and the turtle is a pretty cool animal. Would you like to carry your house on your back? It's pretty heavy, huh? But the turtle does it. And let's see what else was in that pond. A snake. There are snakes, so frogs and turtles and snakes. And there's the fish. Let's see a better picture of the fish. There's fish in the pond. We're all the way back to the beginning. And if you watch the video, you know that there's geese in the pond. And there are also fish in the pond where I live. Sometimes they splash out of the water. I see the splash on the top. I told you in the video, it's hard for me to find the frogs. I hear them at night from my bedroom window. When we first moved here, I heard this crazy sound at night. I woke up my husband. I said, what's that noise? And he said, that's just frogs. Go to sleep. I had never heard the frogs before, but now I know what they are when I hear that crazy sound. So let me check our lesson. So do a pond picture if you want. Put some reeds in it, some pond grass, maybe a duck, maybe a snake. Snakes are fun to draw. A fish, a turtle, a frog. See what you can do. Make a pretty pond picture. And you can take a picture of it and send it to me. I'd love to see what you do. Now, finally, what I wanted to do is, I know there'll be a lot of books today, but you know how much I love this book. So let's read A Frog in the Bog again, okay? I'll read it faster this time, but it's such a great book, and it's got great pictures, and I think I remember all of the words. Ready? A Frog in the Bog. There's a frog on the log in the middle of a bog. A small green frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. He flicks one tick as it creeps up the stick. One tick in the belly of a small green frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He sees two fleas as they leap through the reeds. Maybe that's what we saw, reeds. One tick, two fleas in the belly of a frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He spies three flies as they buzz through the sky. That's a C word, buzz. One tick, two fleas, three flies, oh my, in the belly of a frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. Look, that's what's in his belly. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He glugs four slugs as they slink through the sludge. Yuck. One tick, two fleas, three flies, oh my, four slugs, ew, ugh, in the belly of a frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He's getting to be a fat frog. He inhales 5 snails from their heads to their tails. One tick, two fleas, three flies, oh my, four slugs, ew, ugh, and 5 slimy snails in the belly of a frog on a half-sunken log in the middle of a bog. What a hog, that frog. He ate an awful lot. Well, look at him now. And the frog grows a little bit bigger. He got fat. Then, that log with the frog in the middle of the bog starts to rise, and the log has eyes. And the frog sees claws and a big set of jaws and a mouth like a crater, and the frog screams, "Gator!" With his mouth open wide, all the bugs inside start to crawl and fly and slither and slide. Out come 5 snails from their heads to their tails. 4 slugs, ew, ugh. 3 flies, oh my. 2 fleas, dear me. And 1 tiny tick, ick. And right in the middle of his holler, the frog grows a whole lot smaller. There he is, little again. "See you later," says the gator as he romps through the swamp, "'cause the itty-bitty frog isn't big enough to chomp." Now, the bugs in the bog keep away from the frog, and the frog never sits on a half-sunken log. Good lesson to learn. I love that book. It's so much fun. So watch the pond videos. Have your parents look at the snack idea. It's a bonus activity. You can make a turtle snack. And if you can come up with a different turtle snack, I'd love to see it. So again, take a picture, send it to me, and watch Mrs. Rigo's video and learn how to make a really super cute turtle, okay? I will see you tomorrow, and it'll be Friday. Happy Friday to you. Can't wait to sing that song. Ready? Remind me, tomorrow we have to sing the Happy Friday song. I love you guys. I miss you. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.